I just saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie 2 days ago, and it definitely was a fun watch in theaters. But the question that remains, was it a good one? The first thing I want to talk about is the expectation. So, for someone like me, I have Super Mario Galaxy as my all time favorite Mario game. I think it's one of Nintendo's best games. I think it's Mario's best game for sure by a mile. I think that that game is beautiful, both story, gameplay, visuals, soundtrack. I just think that that game has such an essence that really makes it iconic and really beloved by the fans. Now, going into this movie, I will say being a fan of the original game did hurt my experience a little bit. I did expect that the movie would have a different vibe and a different tone from the original game. I didn't think that we would get a strict retelling of the game in this movie, but the amount of changes that they did change from the game, from Mario lore, from the video game standpoint, did really hurt my perception of the movie. Now, the movie was not bad by any means. I thought it was a fun watch. I thought it was great. We'll get into some of these positives later on. But I will say, as somebody who considers himself a bit more than the average fan of the Super Mario Galaxy game, I would say that this movie is a letdown for those people in a degree. Now, not to say that the movie was bad by any means. It did, however, lose the essence of what made the game. So, if you're going to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie and you are a fan of the original game, I hate to break it to you, but I would just lower your expectations or just really go in with an open mindset and say, this movie it really wasn't based off the game at all. It really wasn't. I would really just say that it was its own original story, changed a lot of things from Mario lore, which, isn't a problem. It's a cinematic universe. But I would say that going into this movie, do not expect yourself to find what you loved about the game in the movie. The movie, yes, might share a title with the game, but it is not about the game. It's about a new Mario story with a new Mario universe with, some of the characters that we know of, but taken in a whole different direction. So just drop that expectation. You're not going to be getting a retelling of the original game. However, on a positive note, the movie looked beautiful. The characters looked great. The scenery was insane. You're going to see a lot more than just Galaxy in this movie. And, for someone who is a Mario fan, not as big as Kirby, but, as someone who is a Mario fan, I thought that the movie looked brilliant. I really, really enjoyed what they did with Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s characters. Bowser and Bowser Jr. really took the highlight. Jack Black is phenomenal at Bowser. I will stand by it to this day. I think that that was such a great casting choice. I love what they did with Bowser Jr. in this movie. This is a non-spoiler review, so I can't go too far into it. But just know, as somebody who is a fan of the games, I loved what they did with Bowser Jr. I was a little disappointed in Rosalina's character. Didn't get to see as much, or she didn't really capture as much as what I like about her in the games as that. But besides the point, I think my biggest gripe with the movie was how little they used Baby Luma, the apricot one that was with Mario on his journey. For those who play the game, you know how major of a character he is. It's like taking Midna out of Twilight Princess or some other like right hand man characters to the protagonist. So not using him kind of felt a little bit of a slap to the face to the fans. The music was insane. We got remixes from Galaxy and other games in here, and it was just insane. The music was genuinely insane in this film. So the visuals and the music were definitely my two favorite parts of the movies. This is coming from the standpoint of somebody who is I would say bigger than the average Mario fan out there in the world. But I just think anyone is going to enjoy this movie, both visually and musically. And what they did with Star Fox was it was pretty sick. I can't lie. Fox, I personally wish they didn't show him before the movie because that would have been epic to get him off a whim. But I loved what they did with Fox's character. I am going to be 100% transparent. I've never really played the Star Fox games. I've only really known him from the Super Smash Brothers universe. So I'm a bit of a no, I'm just not a Star Fox guy, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything about Star Fox or the games and all that. But I did like his character in the movie. I thought that he was a great addition. It really did make me feel like we will be seeing more of a Nintendo cinematic universe in the years to come. There's also some other cameos and other characters, which if you like the first one, that's one thing that these movies did great. If you're just a fan of Nintendo, if you're a fan of Mario and all this stuff, you're gonna see a lot of the things you love. It's really a fun, imaginative like retelling of just all these games. So uh, if you are a fan of the games, I really think going into this movie, I'm gonna go see it a second time today. I really think that if you're a fan of these games, you just kind of have to swallow that pill and just be like, it's not going to be a strict retelling of these games. It's going to be, its own thing. And, if you love the games, just got to go in it with that. So I definitely think the Mario movie is a fun watch. I think it's going to perform really well. It makes me excited for what they're going to do with Nintendo in the future. I will say, though, as a fan of the game, I do think that them using the title of the game is a little bit, misleading in terms of what to expect in the movies. But for going down the road, I'm not going to expect as much of a, similarities between the games with the movies that they put out. I do think that most people going to see this movie will love it, though. Just people who genuinely pick up a Mario game here and there. Like, there are little cool Easter eggs and stuff that people are going to easily recognize, as well as things that are going to make people laugh and stuff. Now I know the critic reviews have been kind of on the lower to mixed side of it. I've seen like IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. I think that's a bit harsh. I'm thinking it's around a 7, 8. You know what I mean? It's a good movie, good watch, fun time. Definitely go into it, with just expecting a brand new original story. Don't expect to see, these characters play out as they play in the games. Can't stress that enough. But I think it's a movie everyone's going to enjoy. Target audience is going to be, the younger generation. I do think that if you're someone with kids, they're going to absolutely love it. Movie's vibrant, fun, engaging to the end. The plot of the movie did. I will agree with most of the critic reviews that I've read. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a movie reviewer by any means, but I will agree. It did seem like at certain points in the movie, the plot of the movie did become an afterthought, and it was just like, all right, here's the overall plot. We'll touch on it. We'll show cameos, do all the fun stuff, and we'll address the plot at the end with little things building it here and there. I get those complaints, but you know, uh, with this movie, just go in expecting having a lot of fun. There's 2 post-credit scenes, so if you're gonna go see it, in the next few days, just make sure you stay for both of those. I'm not gonna infer what they're about. And yeah, going into this movie, I was also concerned about the Lumas. The Lumas are, along with like the Lumas, Shy Guys, Bloopers, and a few other characters, Ninja. Those are some of my favorite Mario characters. So going into this movie, when I did not like the design choice of giving the Lumas mouths. I thought that kind of like ruined their aesthetic a little bit. I wish that they just like were glowing more so when they talked or whatever. So I did go in with a bit of concern for the Lumas. But after the movie, I could say I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that they did the Lumas great. And those are my thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Did you see the movie? Are you a fan of the game? Please make sure to leave a comment and share your thoughts about it. I love doing content like this. I want to start doing more so like this because I love discussing with you guys. What you guys think. Always, respectful of opinions. So yeah, make sure to leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to engage with you guys. This is your boy Adam the Kirby Collector. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video. Go enjoy the movie. Have a fun time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.